We are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm trying something new today. I was running out of video ideas, so I decided I would try something new. I asked you guys on my Instagram story to reply and send me 3 wrestlers, and I will say out of which 3 wrestlers who I would push, who I would bury, and who I would fire. So I went through and I picked some of the best ones. Instead of having Roman Reigns or AJ Styles in every single question, I tried to vary it up a little bit, get some different names in there, so you will see a lot of jobbers, a lot of tag teams, just women superstars, a bit of everything. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I went ahead and put all the ones I picked into this WrestleMania cup, so I guess we'll have to shake it up now. Okay, so let's pick out the first one here. See the first 3 superstars we are going to get. So, it's upside down, of course. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and The Undertaker. So a bit of an old school one right here. Personally, all 3 of these guys are obviously legends, so it's really, really hard. That's a good one to start with. Undertaker's probably my favorite out of the 3, so I'm gonna push The Undertaker. I'm gonna bury Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'll fire The Rock, and he can go make more movies that are basically all the same. So, let's see who we get here up next. We have got the former members of the 3-man band, Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, and Heath Slater. Personally, I'm gonna push Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's amazing. It's pretty obvious why I would push him. I'm actually gonna fire Heath Slater because I think it'd be interesting to see what he would do outside of WWE on the independent scene, and Jinder I just can't stand, so I'm gonna bury him. Bobby Lashley, Bobby Trashley, Roman Reigns, and Primo. I'm gonna fire Bobby Trashley because I can't stand him. He's been terrible on his current run in WWE. I haven't watched much of him in the past, so maybe he could leave WWE and somehow impress me. And then I'm gonna bury Roman Reigns because I can't stand him and he has 5 moves and he's shoved down our throats. No, I'm gonna push Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is very talented and very underrated. You marks, get out of my comments. Primo's getting buried, even though he already is. When was the last time he's even on TV? Is he under contract anymore? I don't know. Who do we have next? We've got R-Truth, Zack Ryder, and again, Heath Slater. Personally, I'm going to push Zack Ryder because I feel like he deserves it. He's been kind of going up and down throughout his career. He likes action figures. I like action figures. His podcast is really entertaining. If you guys don't listen to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast and you're a figure fan, definitely check it out. The other ones, R-Truth and Heath Slater. I'm gonna fire R-Truth. The same thing with Slater. I'd like to see what he'd do on the independents, and I guess I'll bury Heath Slater even more than he already is. Up next, we've got Apollo Crews, Kurt Hawkins, and Mike Kanellis. I'm going to push Apollo Crews because I think he's very underrated, very talented, and he was brought up from NXT way too early. And if they left him down there for just a little bit longer, I feel like he could be a major, major star right now. I'm gonna fire Mike Kanellis. I don't find him entertaining whatsoever, personally. I mean, we haven't really seen much of him. He hasn't barely been on TV other than like the first 2 months of when he got there. And Kurt Hawkins, I guess he's getting buried, but at least he's still in the company because he's also on Zack Ryder's podcast. Samoa Joe, Charlotte, and AJ Styles. Personally, I'm going to push Samoa Joe because he is very, very entertaining and he deserves to be world champion right now. I feel like AJ is getting a little bit stale, so it would be a good idea to give Samoa Joe the world championship right now, in my opinion. AJ and Charlotte, probably the best male and the best female in the world right now, so I guess one of them are gonna have to get buried and the other will definitely succeed on the independent scene. So I guess I'm gonna bury Charlotte because I'm more of an AJ Styles guy, so AJ Styles will go back, and I guess AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega would be very entertaining. Finn Balor, Bobby Roode, and Bobby Trashley. I'm gonna push Finn Balor as a heel because he needs a heel turn. He needs something fresh because he's getting really, really stale right now. Bobby Roode, sorry buddy, you're getting buried. And Bobby Lashley, get out of here. Bye-bye. He's gone. The man of the hour doesn't have time for Bobby Trashley. I know that was a Trashley or Rush impression, I'm sorry. And I just realized you guys haven't seen the cup at all. Look at this nice cup. We got a lot of wrestlers on there. It's holographic. It makes a weird noise when you go like that. Am I 10 minutes yet? Carl Anderson, Ty Dillinger, and Rhino. I'm gonna push Carl Anderson because I feel like he's very underused in WWE. Both him and Gallows, he was a lot better on the independent scene. I'm going to fire Ty Dillinger because I feel like he's gotten so stale at this point that he's not gonna recover, so hopefully he has a good time on the independents. And I guess we'll keep Rhino around but not really use him because he's a veteran and there's not really much for him either. Up next we've got The Shield. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. I'm going to push Seth Rollins, obviously because he is my favorite member of The Shield and probably my favorite on the current roster. At least on the main roster, I feel like my favorite wrestler right now is probably Tommaso Ciampa. I'm going to fire Dean Ambrose because personally I find him the least entertaining out of the three. I don't think he's as amazing in the ring as the other three. But he's still good. Like, I don't hate Dean Ambrose, but I just like Roman and Seth better. So I guess we're gonna bury Roman Reigns, which I guess a lot of you guys wouldn't be that upset about. Up next we've got Finn Balor, again, the Authors of Pain as a team, and Kurt Angle. Personally, I'm going to push Finn Balor yet again because I think he really deserves it. He's very talented. Hopefully that'd be a heel push. Yes, it would, because I'd be booking it and I'd be the one pushing him. I'm smart. Authors of Pain, you're gone. I don't find them overly entertaining. I feel like they're still really green in the ring. I've never really looked back and gone like, oh my god, you know, that was a really good Authors of Pain match. Unless it involved Gargano and Ciampa, because DIY was amazing, and I still wish they stayed together. And I guess that means we're gonna bury Kurt Angle. I mean, he's a legend. He could probably still be entertaining enough. I feel like he'd just be featured less, which wouldn't really be a terrible thing, because I feel like he's kind of getting to be cringy as GM at this point, even though Constable Corbin's now the GM, and that's just great. Love Baron Corbin. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Ronda Rousey. Personally, I'm going to push Ronda Rousey. I feel like she's really improved, and obviously she's going to be a big draw if I was running the company, so, you know, make a lot of that money. Alexa Bliss, she's getting fired. I feel like she's the least talented out of the three, and I guess that means Charlotte is yet again getting buried. Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, and Sami Zayn. This is an interesting three because I feel like I'd like to push all three of these guys, but personally I'm going to push Sami Zayn. I feel like he's earned it the most out of the three. I'd love to see him and Kevin Owens go at it for a world title again, or they haven't really. Does the NXT Championship count? No. Yeah, I'd like to see him get a world title feud with Kevin Owens. Benjamin, he's a veteran at this point, so I feel like if they bury him, which they basically already have done, it's not really going to affect him too much. He's still going to be there. He doesn't care about being featured as much as some of the younger guys because he really won't be. It's just not realistic. Gable, I'd love to push Chad Gable. I feel like he's very underrated, so I'm going to send him to the independent scene. The dude's a cruiserweight, so it would be great to see him in the junior heavyweight division in New Japan, kind of a different style than they have there. So yeah, I'm going to fire Chad Gable. Curtis Axel, Aiden English, and Kalisto. Personally, I'm going to fire Curtis Axel because I feel like he is the least entertaining out of the three, in my opinion. I've never really gone like, wow, that was a great Curtis Axel match, or wow, that was a great Curtis Axel segment, except whenever he was doing Axelmania. That was really entertaining, and I feel like if he got fired, he'd be able to do that on the independents, since Hulk Hogan's really controversial, and they probably don't want to do that in WWE. I'm going to push Aiden English because I feel like he really deserves it. He's gotten himself over. He's completely turned his career around from whenever he was in the Vaudevillains, because I feel like he was god-awful in the Vaudevillains. He's very charismatic. He's not terrible in the ring. He's got an alright look. He's pretty unique. So yeah, I'm going to push Aiden English. And Kalisto's just a generic luchador who isn't great on the mic, hasn't overly impressed me with any of his feuds, so I guess I'm going to bury Kalisto. Daniel Bryan, The Miz, and AJ Styles. This is a very difficult one. I'm going to fire Daniel Bryan. Honestly, I'm going to fire Daniel Bryan because I'd love to see what he wanted to do on the independents whenever he was talking about leaving. Like him feuding with like someone like Cody over the NWA World Championship. That would be amazing. Him and Kenny Omega. I know his style has to be toned down a lot due to his previous injuries, but I feel like I'd like to see the run that he wanted to go on whenever he was going to leave WWE when they wouldn't clear him. The Miz, I'm gonna bury him because he can still act in movies and stuff, and I feel like he'll still be a solid mid-card heel at some point, I feel like. And AJ Styles I'm gonna push because that's obvious. He's the best wrestler in the world, or at least in WWE. Sorry, Kenny. Rob Van Dam, Unmasked Kane, and 2005 Chris Jericho. Personally, I'm gonna push Rob Van Dam. I feel like he deserves a lot more than he ever got, even though it's kind of justified considering he likes to you know, do something like that. Let's keep it PG. Wait, are drugs PG? Whatever, I'm just dragging on right now. Jericho, he's not getting fired because he's amazing, so we're gonna fire Kane, and I guess I have to bury 2005 Chris Jericho. Sorry, Chris, you're one of my favorites of all time, but that's just the way this is gonna go.
You just made the list!
Up next, we've got Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, and No Way Jose. This one's easy for me. Fire Mojo. I don't think he has an entertaining bone in his body. Sorry, Mojo. No Way Jose. You're getting buried, even though you already are. And I'm gonna push Zack Ryder for reasons previously explained. An NXT one here. We have EC3, Johnny Gargano, and Cassius Ohno. This one again is pretty obvious for me. I'm going to push Johnny Gargano because he's an amazing wrestler. Definitely going to be one of the biggest baby faces when he makes it up to the main roster, hopefully, unless they ruin him. Cassius Ohno, he's been wrestling for a long time. I feel like he's really treading water in NXT right now, so it wouldn't hurt him to leave. So I'm going to fire Cassius Ohno. And EC3, personally, I feel like is really overrated. He reminds me of Bobby Roode, how he's good on the mic. He's chiseled, he's got a good entrance song, but in the ring he just really hasn't impressed me. So yeah, I'm gonna bury EC3. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, and Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna push Kevin Owens. I think he's absolutely money. He should be the top heel in the company in my opinion. Great in the ring, great on the mic. He works his character so well, and I don't know why his whole quitting storyline, he just came back and attacked Bobby Lashley the next week. That is absolutely stupid. Nakamura, I'm going to fire him and let him go back to New Japan. And Jeff Hardy, I guess I have to bury, which is a real shame because yet again, one of my favorites of all time. Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks. I'm going to push Ember Moon because I feel like she probably has the brightest future out of the three of them. And she's just really impressed me a lot more. Her finisher is absolutely amazing. Alexa Bliss is going to be gone again. Just not a fan of her, like I said. And Sasha Banks, I guess I'll have to bury, but it was really a tie between Sasha and Ember. I'd love to push either one of them, but I think I'm leaning towards Ember Moon. Finn Balor, I think he's appeared in this video the most times out of everyone. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. See ya, Brock, get out of here, back to the UFC, no one likes you. Seth Rollins, you're getting pushed because you're my favorite, and Finn Balor, I'm sorry, buddy, you're getting even more buried than you already are. Remember when he lost to Kane? Why did that happen? Oh yeah, because he's not over. He's not over. Ruby Riot, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan, all three members of the Riot Squad. I'm going to push Ruby Riot because it's pretty obvious. I think that she's the best out of the three of them. She's the leader for a reason. I'm going to fire Sarah Logan because I never really enjoyed anything of hers. And I guess I'll have to bury Liv Morgan because I think she's better than Sarah Logan. She actually wrestled pretty good on Raw. I think she was probably the best out of that tag team match with the Bella Twins. So yeah, Liv Morgan's staying, but she's getting buried. Up next, we've got all three members of the original Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. I am going to push Luke Harper. I feel like Luke Harper is very underrated, and he could be an absolute top single star. In my opinion, he should have been in the main event of WrestleMania 33 with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I'm going to fire Eric Rowan because I think it's pretty obvious he's probably the worst out of the three in my opinion. No, I think in everyone's opinion he's probably the worst out of the three. And I guess I'll have to bury Wyatt, even though he already has been like ever since WrestleMania 30. And last but not least, we have got one more, and it looks like it's another NXT one. It is. Oh, this one's going to be really difficult. These are three of my, these might be my three favorite guys on NXT. We've got Adam Cole, Peter Dunne, and Tommaso Ciampa. Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to push Tommaso Ciampa. He's my favorite right now. My favorite wrestler in the world probably right now to watch is Tommaso Ciampa. He's just so entertaining. He's so amazing in the ring. And his feud with Johnny Gargano has been absolutely insane. Pete Dunne and Adam Cole. Man, I love them both. I don't want to bury one of them. But I think I'm going to fire Adam Cole. Send him back to the Bullet Club, I guess. That'd be alright. And Pete Dunne. I have to bury Pete Dunne, I guess. That's really a shame. I didn't want to bury Pete Dunne. That's a really sad way to end this video now. Just like our last video, whenever I failed those customs, you know, if you guys care about figures and stuff, check this out. Anyways, that's it for the video. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications to never miss an upload if you somehow find me entertaining. If you guys want to see me do another one of these, let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far, comment down below who you'd rather push between Mojo Rawley Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Do what I did. Push, bury, fire. Do it if you made it this far. That's gonna do it. Alright. Bye. Subscribe.